ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם, בזמן הזה, במקום הזה. יום ירושלים 2020, עומדות היו רגלינו בשערייך ירושלים, חג שמח. I went to the Kotel this morning to daven Batikin. It's very different than usual, not too many people. But this year is very unique. And I want to share with you something maybe obvious, but very significant, especially this year, about Yom Yerushalayim. As you saw, I made a bracha when I got to the Kotel, שעשה ניסים לאבותינו, בימים ההם, בזמן הזה, במקום הזה. There are some poskim like Rav Chaim David Halevi, and Rav Goren and others that claim that on Yom Ha'atzmaut and Yom Yerushalayim, we should say these brachot, especially if you come to the Kotel, the place where the miracle took place. And there's an interesting discussion about that bracha, שעשה ניסים לאבותינו. We say that bracha on Purim, on Chanukah, but we don't say this bracha on Pesach. But apparently on Pesach we had the greatest miracles ever, like the split of the Red Sea, and the 10 plagues, the Seret HaMakot. Why don't we make the bracha שעשה ניסים לאבותינו on Leil HaSeder? So says Rav Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev in Kedushat HaLev is something very simple. The miracles on Pesach were supernatural. These are miracles of God, of Hashem. We cannot perform these miracles. We praise Hashem, we thank Hashem, but these are miracles that are out of nature, supernatural. However, the special miracles that took place on Chanukah and Purim are natural. Definitely on Purim, but even Chanukah, the nature of the oil is to burn. It just burned longer. That was the miracle, but it wasn't supernatural in that sense. It did not change the nature of the oil, just made it longer. Says Rav Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, the miracles that we are searching for, that we are thanking for, bazman hazeh, within the framework of time, within the natural world, miracles that we can participate in these miracles. Yom Yerushalayim is definitely one of them. For 2,000 years, HaKotel was a picture on the wall. We dreamt about Yerushalayim, it was in our prayers, but it seemed to be an impossible dream. עומדות היו רגלינו בשערייך ירושלים. We take it for granted, but this is ours after 2,000 years. And we were part of this miracle. Hashem gave us Yerushalayim, but we fought for Yerushalayim. These are miracles, bazman hazeh, within the framework of time. But furthermore, in 1945, after the Holocaust, we lost 6 million Jews. Just 3 years later, the state of Israel was established. There's a midrash, Masechet Brachot, and the midrash speaks about forming a nation. Brachot, page 58, and says the midrash, Amar Ula, En uchlusa beBavel, nation can be formed only in the land of Israel, not in Babylon. In the second statement, En uchlusa pchuta mishishim libo, the minimum number for a nation is 600,000 Jews. 1948, when the state of Israel was established, we had 600,000 Jews living in Israel. That's the point in time which we form a state. We form independence. We form a nation after 2,000 years of exile. Now, 72 years later, we have 6.7 million Jews in Israel. We added 6 million Jews since the establishment of the state. Unbelievable. And furthermore, it's the first time since since the destruction of the first temple that the biggest concentration of Jews is in Israel. During the second temple, majority of Jews were in Babylon. Now the biggest concentration is in Israel. First time since the destruction of the first temple. This is the biggest miracle in history. שיר המעלות, ושוב השם את שיבת ציון, היינו כחולמים. We were like dreamers. Sometimes you think it's a dream, you don't realize what is going on. That's why we say, אז יאמרו בגויים, הגדיל השם לעשות עם אלה, הגדיל השם לעשות עמנו. Sometimes the Gentiles see that miracle before we see it. Sometimes we don't recognize the greatness of the miracle. It's the biggest miracle in history. All the prophecies coming true. Am Yisrael is coming back to our homeland. This is the miracle. שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם. In these days, in our days, בזמן הזה, in our time. This is what we've seen. And this is what we are seeing now, coming back to Yerushalayim. And one more anecdote. We are going through a very difficult time period for the Jewish people, especially in the diaspora. Some communities are suffering horrific death toll from the COVID-19. Israel was one of the leading countries in the world in the battle against the coronavirus. And it's the first time, after so many years, after more than 2,000 years, that the land of Israel became the safest place for Jews. Israel should have done more, and I hope will do more for the diaspora Jewry, especially for the community suffering, and they will suffer. And there'll be ripple effects for this pandemic, and hopefully we'll recover, we'll be strong, united. But now, Israel, after 2,000 years, Israel is strong. Since the establishment of the state and before, Jewish communities in the diaspora had to support Israel. Now, things have flipped, unfortunately. But this is something we need to recognize. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון. Sometimes we just need to open our eyes. Things are happening in our time. It's a miracle. So with all the pain, and there's lots of pain, people are suffering, people are losing their dears, and people are suffering financial loss, and there's so much uncertainty in the air. But there's one thing which is very certain. This miracle of the establishment of the state of Israel, of returning to Yerushalayim, this miracle is real, it's true, and it's here to stay. And Israel is the safest place for Jews. And Be'ezrat Hashem, in the future, our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren will find a way to come back home, to our homeland, to the land of Israel. לשנה הבאה בירושלים, עומדות היו רגלינו בישרת ירושלים. שבת שלום.